What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, especially for OOTP content, but I've got something fun planned that I'm ready to dive into. Now, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and for some reason, I just haven't made the leap to doing it. But we're going to go ahead and start. And basically, what I want to do is I want to run a silver squad. I love playing the silver tournaments, silver cards for some reason. I really love them in this game. And I've always wanted to put together a team of all silvers and just run it for a few seasons, kind of see how it goes. You know, it's not all about necessarily getting promoted to the highest level. You can kind of live in the middle ranges there if you have a good enough silver team, and I want to see what we can do. Now, obviously, one of the mistakes that I've made here is not doing this on a weekend and setting up for a new season. It is Monday night, and as you can see, we're already in a huge deficit at 10-17, but that's okay. Because I didn't want to wait a whole another week. So let's just dive in. Basically, this is my second account, and I started this team actually in a kind of a funny way. I was set to do a stream with my buddy Ben Clemens over at Fangraphs. We were going to be in a perfect draft together on stream, and I figured I'd be done on my main account with the draft that I was doing because you don't really expect to necessarily go to the finals. And of course, that's exactly what happened. So by the time we're starting our stream, my main account team is doing really well. I think I ended up getting second place in that. So I had to jump on the secondary account so that I could be part of the draft with him. And I've just kind of let the team run since then. I actually pulled a Jack Crooks in that in the first set of packs there. Of course, he doesn't show up anywhere. I just sold him. I probably could have gotten a lot more. I think when he came out, he was pretty expensive. I got like 20K for him. But otherwise, the team's been running. You can see. Oh, actually, you can't see. Please hold. Let me move myself over here. Probably going to be for the better if we do that. And so that way you can keep an eye on my budget. We have quite a bit. 123,000 points. There is no Jack Crooks. Bottom line is he's an old school diamond. He's pretty good. And I was able to sell him. Oh, wait. Can I see my auctions? And then I can show you guys what happened. I ended up getting 17,000 for him after taxes. Okay, so I know he was more expensive than that when I got him. That's all right. That's what I get for dragging my feet. I deserve it. But I do have a few other good cards that I've pulled. I got the, let's go back to the front page here. I got the Brooks Robinson that you might have seen. And then this Buddy Rosar is expensive. And because he's an amazing catcher. So we kind of already have our catcher. I have not bought any cards off the market specifically for this team. This is just what I have. And the only reason, obviously, that I didn't sell everything was because you can't. You have to keep a team that you can at least field. But I did buy a bunch of silver packs. We're going to start with those. And then we'll be able to get rid of the rest of these bronzes. And we'll probably get rid of some of these other silvers here too. And then we're going to kind of go position by position and put together a squad. And I might leave some things open-ended. This week's going to be kind of a play week. So I might buy a couple guys or at least highlight a few guys at a position maybe that I want, and then leave it to y'all in the comments to say who you prefer. So we're not necessarily putting together the whole team today as the one that's going to be locked in. We're going to spend this week kind of building up, and then next week is when we're really going to be ready to go, 2038. But let's just dive in. Let's open these packs first and foremost here. I just decided to get some silver packs because, of course, we're running the silver team. I thought it would be fun, and I'm failing at going to the packs. So let's just open these up. Hopefully we pull some fun non-live series silvers. And so let's see what we get. We start with Jose Leclerc. Okay. 0 for 1 on non-live series. Now listen, there's some good live series silvers to be sure, and I'm sure we'll have a couple on our squad, but it's a lot of fun to use the non-live series ones, the flashbacks and legends. And what do we get here? We got a Frank White. Okay, I've used this card before, and if I remember him from last year, he's pretty decent. Oh wait, there we go. Smooth move over him. Not as good defensively as I'd like. So that you're gonna find that that's a theme. I really like to have high quality defense. I'm not special in that realm. Everyone likes to have good defense. We got triple silver here. We got Sandy Alcantara, Tim Anderson, and Brandon Crawford. Brandon Crawford has moved up 10 points this year with his excellent season. He's not quite the defender that he used to be, so I don't know if he's going to make the cut, but I can see one or two of these guys at least on the squad in some capacity, maybe as a reserve role perhaps. And then who do we get here? Ooh, Joe Carter. Okay. Now, again, not great defensively, especially for center field, but not bad, not bad. Let's see who else we get here. I think we have like 10 more packs. Julio Urias. Okay. Now, that movement is definitely scary. I do feel like if we kept Urias, it would be as a reliever for sure. I can't really see him making our starting rotation, but it also depends what's available too. We have to, you can't always get what you want, as the Rolling Stones taught us, because the market just might not offer what we want either. And that's going to be something else that we're doing this week is, we'll get some guys on the team, and then we'll probably continue to check the market to see what else is available. And I have a piece of dog hair on my hat here that is like in my line of vision. Sorry, we got a Jack Tobin. Okay, I'm not familiar with Jack Tobin. That's another thing I really want to do, by the way. As we're going through this and we're using some of these old school players, I want to learn more about them, the guys that I don't know about. But then even some of the ones that I do, I kind of want to teach y'all about them, and kind of not make it a history lesson, because that doesn't sound as fun as just learning about old school players. So let's keep it like that. But it is kind of a history lesson. We got Kyle Tucker here, who's come down, I believe, from gold, unfortunately. But I really like Kyle Tucker, so I could see using him. And then Luis Cessa, who's moved up 4 points this year. Interesting reliever. We got 6 more packs. See what else we get here. There we go. We got John Beckwith. By the way, I didn't point it out earlier. I bought 20 of these packs, and I opened 5 of them yesterday. And I did get another Negro League star that I will cover. I forget who it was, but I was like, yes, let's go. I love getting these guys. They're so fun. They're so diverse with their position flexibility, too. You got guys like Double Duty Ratcliffe who can pitch and hit. A lot of them can pitch and hit, because when they were on these barnstorming teams, they just said, hey, where can you play? What can you do? And they just had guys playing everywhere, and it's so awesome. So we got John Beckwith here. Definitely excited to get that. I think we're going to have a lot of Negro League stars on this squad, because I love those cards. They're so fun to play with. And Papa Gold here. Now, I got to be honest, normally I'd be really excited about that, but that's not what we're looking for here. So Don Padgett, appreciate you coming through in this pack, but you're going to be sold right away. Meanwhile, Josh Taylor's an interesting lefty who I could see being somewhat useful for us. A little bit lacking on the control, but he's got some good stuff, and so he will definitely be under consideration to stay on this team, at least initially. And we'll see how we do tomorrow with a full team compared to today. Kind of a disjointed team, and I was selling cards, and it was a nightmare. Speaking of lefties, got another one here in Tyler Matzik, and he's actually kind of like a supersized version of the Josh Taylor. Great stuff. Even better than Taylor's. Decent movement, but then poor control. So he kind of like amps up everything. The same flaws, a little amped up, but the main attribute that he has is also amped up for him. Got an Alex Wood here. Don't love that movement, like I mentioned with Julio Urias. We don't want to have movement under, 55, 60 kind of is my low end, but we'll see. Jason Hayward. Oh, man, I kind of thought he might have better defense than a 63. I love Jason Hayward, man. I've been a fan of him throughout his entire career. It really hasn't panned out how we thought it would based on that initial season that he had and kind of his prospect status. He hasn't been a bad player, but he certainly hasn't lived up to that contract no matter how you slice it. Okay, in our last pack here, let's see what we can get, and then we'll hop into the market and start looking. We get a Gregory Soto. Okay, so we are flush with lefty relievers. And again, you see another guy here who's kind of a kind of in between Matzik and Taylor. Again, the high stuff, but the poor control. It's a trade-off that we make. And then Gleyber Torres. Now, if we had started this a long time ago, we would never have been able to use Gleyber Torres, because as you can see, he's lost 23 points on the season. It's been a nightmare season for him, but his failure could be our gain, because now he's eligible for this squad. So let's see what we've got here. Let's see how many players we have to make an all-silver team. Do we have 26 silvers right now that we can just utilize off rip? Let's Let's put these guys all on the bench, or on the reserve, I should say. Oh, only 5 at a time. I forget that rule constantly. I just never remember it. Okay, so let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers. So we'll put 5 more on here. And let's see, we'll go Urias, Taylor. We're just fielding a team right now. I mean, we're not going to play any games right now. It's the middle of the night, 12:15 at night, so it doesn't really matter. But just for the sake of seeing what we've got, I want to, put together the squad. Oh, right, we already had Alex Wood, by the way. I didn't realize that. How's he been doing? Not bad. Not bad. Over a strikeout per inning, 3.76 ERA. I like that. I dig it. And Odorizzi's been good. John King's been good. Wander Suero has not. Maiza, only 2 innings. Leclerc just joined the squad here. Carce has been brutal. Okay. Tepera, actually, I think I just clicked Tepera, so we don't want to do that. But okay. Interesting that we were so terrible despite having some decent numbers with some guys. I'm kind of surprised that. I mean, it's just a few guys that I checked. Maybe our offense is completely dreadful. I don't know. We'll see. So I think that was 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12. Okay. Generally do the 13-13 split, but we'll see here. And then looking at the hitting, do we have a second silver catcher? We don't right now. I'll put Sam Huff on just since he's close to a silver. Again, he's not going to be on the team by the time we're done with this. This is just for the sake of putting together a squad. We have 4 infielders, 4 outfielders. So we have 4 spots left, one of which can be a pitcher. I guess Soto, we'll put him there. So then 3 hitting spots. We'll go with Beckwith, of course, Hayward, and we probably need an infielder. Jacoby? Or Frank White, I had mentioned. Oh, wait. Torres. I just mentioned how interested I would be in using him. All right, there's 26 players. Let's see what this squad looks like. Let's get some opinions here. Oh, wait, do the staff, not just the bullpen. All right, that's what they think we should go with. Got a couple lefties in the pen. Got 3 lefties in the rotation. Now, I don't think I would start. Wait a minute. Just as I was about to say that, John King's a lot better than I thought here. Okay. Now, he would make for an even better reliever, I imagine. 48 stamina, so he's kind of on that border. Probably a 5 and dive kind of guy for us. Although he's saying, shove it, dweeb. I go 7 1/3 and 6. Okay, John, you're awesome. I didn't know. And then let's go and see what the default is here. Oh, they don't even start Glaber. They're like, nah, he doesn't have the defense. The computer knows. They know I want premium defense here. All right. Well, that's what we got there. And then we got, they don't even start Beckwith. Who's starting at first for us? Oh, Joe Rudy. He's kind of nice. He's a great hitter. So we'll probably keep Rudy. Oh, he's been amazing. Okay. All right. So let's do this next. Let's kind of go through and decide who we feel like we want to keep from the current squad. Oh, let me find who was the other Negro League star that I had that I pulled the other day. See if I can find that easy. Okay, I'm all over the map here. It was Oliver Marcel. There he is. And so far, he has struggled, but that's okay. That's okay. I love the defense. Good third base and shortstop defense. I wonder if he can boost up a little bit. Actually, I don't know. I think this would be something I don't know the answer to on Perfect Team, and maybe somebody in the comments could help me out. If he were to play second base, could he train up beyond this? Because this set of skills would normally result in something better at second base. Could he boost above that if we just put him there? Or is this maxed out? That I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me out with that. But he's on the squad. Okay, so Rosar is staying, obviously. We need a second catcher because Huff's not silver. Joe Rudy's staying and probably playing first. I mean, his defense really sucks, though. So maybe he's not a lock. But I'm going to go ahead and open up a spreadsheet here just so I can start taking some notes on the keeps that we're going to have here. So Rosar is staying. Rudy, Beckwith, Marcel. Those are definites. And then anybody else performing well this year? Oh, Kirilloff's been out of his mind. Small sample, but my goodness. Kane's been good, and he's a premium defender. Okay. I'll tell you what. I knew Kane was on this team from pulling the packs yesterday, but I didn't think that he's somebody I would keep. I don't know that he's necessarily a keep. Like I said, guys, I'm going to lean toward finding flashback cards that I like, but doesn't mean that Kane's necessarily out completely, okay? So we'll keep that in mind. Hayward, like I said, just popped that one. He does have the great range. It's the error and arm. I'm surprised that his error is so bad. Maybe he made a bunch of errors. I don't know. Anyway, the hitting is okay. As a Spore favorite, I'm inclined to want to keep him around, but I don't know. I think the 5K that we could sell him for might be better off than the situation that we have here. Now, I am a big Franmil Reyes fan, just as a general notion. I love him in fantasy. I play a lot of MLB The Show, and he's awesome. But his player type in OTP is not really my favorite. Those all-or-nothing power guys with the devastating strikeout rate, not really my vibe. So I don't think he's going to make this squad. In fact, with what Kirilloff's doing, even in a small sample, he's going to take that spot immediately, and we're going to kind of go from there with it. And now, 471 BABIP, there's no world where that's going to maintain. That's way too high. But more walks than strikeouts is super impressive. So he's going to get the DH spot immediately right now. And then, like I said, Glaber is intriguing, but not a must either. In fact, Beckwith, man, he's so good at first. I mean, you can get a good defender at first base, like with just about anybody, though. So I think for now, let's put him at short. Nah, Marcel's defense is pretty good though too. I wonder if Beckwith, what's he got at second? Hang on, misclick. He doesn't have second base. Can he learn second base? No. Only the live series can train up. I believe, right? That's unfortunate because it'd be nice if I could just pop him right there, but I can't. I was just testing it. I knew the answer there, but I was just trying to be a greedy Gus. So Crawford can train up. We'll see if he's able to. He's hitting all right. Well, 845 OPS. That's not too bad. He's playing second base. Don't love the strikeout walk rate there. If I'm being honest with you guys right now, I'm probably replacing him. Now, Brooks is tearing the cover off the ball, doesn't strike out, plays great defense. There's a strong chance that Brooks Robinson is going to remain on this squad as well. So we have a catcher, a first baseman. I'm going to put UT for Beckwith. He's going to be kind of our utility man right now. And then Kirilloff is our DH, which means we have a lot of spots open. We have our second catcher. We have second base, left field, right field, and then how many other reserves? That'd be 3 more reserves. So 3 more UT. And one of which should be like our 4th outfielder, super util, and then any. So I'll put for the other one there. Just, whoever strikes our fancy as somebody who can be a beast. Okay, well, let's get in the market and see what's going on with the hitters here. Maybe this first one, because I don't want these all to be like 2 hours long. And you guys, if you've watched any of my stuff, you know I can get going, and all of a sudden the video becomes very, very long. And I appreciate those of you who like watching those. I've gotten good feedback on them, but I also know that, few people are going to watch till the end if we're doing 2 hours. So I think what we'll do is we'll focus on the hitters here, lock that in as a video, then come back to the pitchers. Because again, there's no rush for this week. We're already in a deficit that is pretty much insurmountable based on, me dragging my feet. And that's all right. We're going to pay for it, but we'll be back. By the way, I'm also going to get a logo going. I'm not sure if we're going to be the Texas Wiens. I have a wiener dog. Actually, she's on this shirt here, Charlotte. And so that's what it's named after. Probably gonna have a logo of her. So maybe we'll get all that worked offline though, and we'll bring it back next time around. So let's get into the market. Let's find our backup catcher here, and we're pretty flush on budget, though it is nice to know that we do have more in our back pocket here in the form of some other cards that we can sell. Because like I said, the Hayward's probably gone. Padgett's definitely gone because he's not a silver. So put up card for auction. You know what? I'll make it easy on folks. You know, if you want them, you can kind of have them at a fair price. I think it's a fair price. I'm coming in under the last 10. I'm here to help folks. Okay, I'm here to cut a little bit of a deal because we're trying to move units here. So see you, Padge. Appreciate you, but you got to go. Oh, I forgot about Tuck, who I really like. I think Tucker, just on this situation, as we're going to, need a team to be fielded for tomorrow morning, Tucker's coming in for Hayward for sure. And then, let's see, who else did we have? Crawford's actually doing pretty well, so he'll stick around. I did say Franmil, I'm kicking him to the curb. It's tough, man. I really like him. He's so good in MLB The Show, by the way. If you play, you know. But if you're new to the game, if you're an Xbox person who's just getting on board, try Franmil Reyes out in the Battle Royale mode. He just tears the cover off the ball. It's unbelievable. And then Tim Anderson, I did want to check in on him. See, now, this is one of the big disconnects of somebody who I love in real life. I love watching him, his bat flips and his energy and all that. Love it. It does not translate well in this game, though, and here's why. When your I and avoid Ks can be added up to equal 70, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of volatility there that I don't necessarily want to deal with. But I will say, maybe for this week, he's our super util. All right, our roster's full because he's got good skills. I wonder if he would become a pretty nasty fielder out here with the 83, 56, 66. Maybe a good corner outfielder. So I don't know. Maybe we can start training him up at some spots just for fun. How was Fam doing? Fam is, oh, yikes. That is rough. Now, an 091 BABIP is so comically low that there's no world where he wouldn't get better. Now, in a normal situation, let's say this was like a real life situation. Now, it's only 8 games, so put aside the fact that it's a tiny sample, no matter. But let's say it was 38 games, right? You add a full another month to this, and these were the same numbers that he had. This would be an automatic buy candidate in like fantasy baseball, or somebody that I would project to get much better. An 091 BABIP is so painfully unlucky, there's no universe where it would maintain. So these numbers will come up just on their own, just simple regression, let alone the fact that his strikeout walk rates are fantastic. There would be a lot of upside here with Fam. In fact, let's let him play through it, and we can kind of watch the regression work in real time here in the game. And I think I'm going to play a little favoritism here and shift out Glabes, who I know I was talking up, but for TA, because I love TA7. So we'll put him in there. Then what's Frank White looking like? He's also somebody we can get some cashish for. And yeah, see, I can vibe with this more. I like this player profile. It can be a lot of fun. Not as fast. I think he has maybe a faster card, or maybe you know what? I think I'm thinking of Willie Wilson. I might be. Does Frank White have a big stolen base season somewhere, or am I just completely thinking of Willie Wilson? No, he's like a decent stealer. He's got some 20s, some high teen steal seasons, but this is correct. I think I was just thinking of Willie Wilson, so there's that. Anyway, into the market we go. By the way, we are in Rookie League. Let's see what's been going on. I haven't even checked this. So we made the playoffs the first 3 seasons there. Initially, we were doing really well. And then we went up to Stone, got pummeled, improved. We won. Holy smokes. I wasn't even paying attention. And then we promptly fall off for 3 disastrous seasons. So we get booted back to Rookie. We make the playoffs. We don't really do anything with it. Get back up to Stone, get killed again, and now we're back in Rookie. So we're kind of starting to square one, but with a boatload of cash and now somebody who's actually going to be managing the team. Do I want to dig into this right now? No, we can't. We can't because that's not what we're here for. But I will be looking at that later. All right. Catchers. Got to go a max of 79. I'm going to go non-live to start because I kind of know the live series pool, right? I follow baseball very closely. I kind of know what's out there. And again, we're trying to find some non-live guys, partly because I find them to be more fun, but also, again, that's how we learn about different players, is trying out some guys that I'm not really familiar with, and maybe y'all aren't either, and we can all learn together. So John Roseboro, solid defense. Catcher ability, he's right there where I need him to be as a minimum. You got to be like a minimum of a 70. Your arm, I'm not as concerned about if you've got the ability, but he's a consideration. He's a consideration, at least. Don Onslaught, as Berman would say. Why is he so... Well, I guess he's not so expensive. He's probably expensive because he's a good hitter, or solid hitter. But brutal defense, comically slow, no dice. No dice for us there. I'm going to go ahead and keep a little list here of the candidates that we come up with for each position. And that way we know what we're looking at. Right field, outfielder, super UT, and then any. All right, so Roseboro. Now, there is only one Roseboro. And so one thing we have to be careful of, and the thing that makes this difficult of, like, me asking y'all, you know, who do you want, is if there's only one of a card that I'm like, oh, we could use this guy or this guy, and then I give, like, 2 days to choose, and then we come back and the card's not available. That's the tough part. So we got to kind of make moves and then go from there. So there'll be some situations where maybe there's two guys that we're looking at, and I'll just buy both, and then we'll decide, and I'll sell the other one type of deal, you know? So with that in mind, I think we're probably going to put in a bid for Roseboro. Actually, his last 10 were 30-40, and he's at 3,500. I might pay the premium, but let's keep looking, see what Charlie Moore's all about. I just looked at him. I'm a complete moron. I like this speed at catcher and this avoid Ks. Just wish if this number was inverted, 65. I know I said 70. I could make a case if he was a little bit better. Although, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking he's our backup. He doesn't need to be elite. We've got a premium number one catcher. Despite the fact that he's not quite playing to that level just yet. He's been fine, but he's been league average. WRC plus 100. 100 is average. Every point above 100 means you're that percentage better than league average, and then vice versa for below. So he was 11% worse than league average back last year. Yikes, 46% worse than league average this year, and then 3% better, 1% better. So generally what we're going to get here is like a league average or near that bat with premium defense, and I'm okay with that for our number one catcher. So let's go back here, and Roseboro's the leader in the clubhouse. What's Dave Engel's situation here? I was going to say, what's Dave Engel's angle? And then I realized that everyone would click off the video, unsubscribe, and maybe come to my house and punch me for that. So I decided not to say it. But now I just told you that, and oh, there's already somebody at my door. I'm toast. Here's another thing I need to check real quick. Does Rosar have a platoon? He's a righty, and he is a good bit better against lefties. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. However, if I do run a straight platoon, then I need the defense to be better. I can afford a little bit lesser defense if we're not running a straight platoon. I keep going back to Roseboro, though. He's better against righties, as a left-hander. The defense is there. I can deal with that. BJ Surhoff's kind of a hit-only type of guy, I believe. Yeah, bad defense. I like the hitting, though. I remember him as a kid, and he was always a good hitting fantasy catcher. I played an AL-only league, 10 teams. That's how I cut my teeth in the fantasy realm. And we rostered 2 catchers. So we're getting 20 catchers from the American League. That second catcher was the worst. And it was a pretty useful draft strategy to, like, maybe attack catcher and get, like, 2 good ones. Like, you know, you can get a Mickey Tettleton and a BJ Surhoff, or like Mickey Tettleton and a Chris Hoyles, and you're just getting a huge advantage over your opponents there because of how much better your two catchers would be. I mean, if you had one good catcher, you are in a good position, let alone if you were able to finagle two. Probably not going to look at Surhoff, though. What about DeSaltis? I like that defense. He's a little bit, he's kind of even here. The platoon is not too sharp, so that's okay. Okay, DeSaltis could be somebody. I'm still leaning Roseboro here. DeSaltels. What did I say? DeSaltis? DeSaltels. Pardon me. Pardon me, Gene. Mispronouncing your name like an absolute jerk. Bob Sheffing. Get your defense up, buddy. Travis d'Arnaud, back before he really broke out. This was kind of like the first hint of his breakout. Mets fans were like, here we go. This is our big prospect. He's going to pop off. He didn't pop off. No defense really to speak of. Petrelli. Gino Petrelli. I don't remember what his defense was like. I remember the name. Brutal defender. Okay. GG on that. Ivy Wingo. Trey Wingo's dad. Just kidding. That's not true. I mean, I love this avoid Ks. I actually like a little bit of speed from catcher if you can get it, but I'm not going to force my way into it. And a 35 catcher ability says, hit the bricks, buddy. Hit the bricks. And then Johnny Estrada. Oh, I remember him. He was a hit-only type of guy, though. Yep, thought so. Does have 4 missions that he qualifies for. That's why his price is so high, I would imagine. But he will not be anywhere near our squad. So as we go through it, Astroth, Deese, but not better than Roseboro. And then Buck Rogers, last one here. He's not too bad either, but nah. Nothing really beats Roseboro. So that's who we're going to go with right now. Now, one thing I am open to is if you guys have certain guys that you really like, that you think I should keep an eye out for in the market, definitely put those names in the comments. Because we will be making changes, right? We're gonna give guys real chances, and we're gonna, we're not gonna be switching players out, every other day or anything. But I plan to play several seasons here, so it's not just gonna be these first 26 guys and then that's it. We're gonna be rotating players in. Obviously, there's gonna be underperformances that we're gonna move on from, and maybe even some guys who are studs. I won't let them George Costanza it and go out on top. But for now, we're going to buy Roseboro, and he's our backup catcher. So let's go ahead and pop Huff off the squad and put Roseboro in. Let's go. Okay. So we got Roseboro, and that's not bad. I'm cool with that. I think that definitely works. Now I want to kind of I'm setting this up on the spreadsheet here real quick. And then, oh yeah, DH. All right, so we have Roseboro. Didn't even realize the link there. And then Rudy at first right now. Everybody's name starts with an R so far. Robinson at third. I actually did put this as, I did put first, third, and then short, second short. Like I put the corner infielders together in the middle infielders. So literally the first 4 players I listed, the 2 catchers and the 2 corners, are all R names. But I don't think we're going to have a full team of R named players. Kirilloff at DH. Marcel at short. Beckwith as a util right now. And that's it, right? Those are our 7 hitters. No, we still need second, left, right. Oh, and center. Wait. Hang on. We do have an outfielder right now, though, I thought. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kane and Pham, they're going to hang around right now, but they're not long-term options. They will not be here at the start of next week, I don't believe. We'll probably move on from them, but for now, they're going to play. So second base is open, although B-Craw's been fine. 280 OBP, though I didn't notice that earlier. That's not happening. And then Tucker can be our starting right fielder for now, but we are still filling the role. So I'm going to put him as our 4th outfielder on this sheet that I've made. And then that leaves, so we're going to find a starting second baseman, starting right fielder, and then any. I just put as our last hitter because it's the main positions: 2 catchers, first, third, second, short, left, center, right, DH, fourth outfielder, super util. So you got to have some infield ability. That's Beckwith. And then any. Can just be an infielder, outfielder, whoever I see that strikes my fancy, we'll jump on it. So to second base we go here. And we'll do that. Mark DeRosa. Nice. Now, one thing I'm thinking that we could be open to doing too, and I'll investigate this sort of stuff offline, because we do have a pretty good budget, and I'm lucky to have that. If there's a mission guy, if there's somebody in the silver realm that we can acquire via missions, I am not above buying the cards necessary, even if it's golds or getting a diamond or whatever it is. I doubt you would need, a bunch of diamonds to get a silver card, but whatever the case is, I'm open to doing some of that to get the player. So if there's mission guys that you're familiar with in the silver realm that you think would be a great fit, don't hesitate to mention them. Just let me know how to get them, because I've been playing a lot of offline OOTP. I've been really deep in this Tigers franchise I've been doing. By the way, I'm going to start a YouTube franchise. I haven't picked the team yet. I've narrowed it down to 2. We'll talk more about that later. So I'm not up on all the missions right now. So don't assume I know anything. Feel free to educate me and be like, oh, you got to get this Juan Marichal. So, get all these cards and then get the Marichal, whatever the case may be. So just keep that in mind as we go through here. Let's get back to second base. Now, we'll also take a look at some shortstops, because I imagine there could be some second base eligible shortstops that might be worth looking at too. Mark DeRosa. Now, at second base, I'm willing to forego a little bit of defense. That is a position that you don't have to be amazing at defensively, and you can still survive there. You can get a great bat at the cost of a little bit of defense, and that's okay. DeRosa, though, I mean, it's not like a super standout. Now, I'm seeing Walter Kennedy here, and I'm already thinking, like, just buy him right now and move on, because I really think I'm going to want to do that. But we will do our due diligence. We will go through, but I'm putting him atop the list here. In fact, I'm going to see if there's more than one. If there's not more than one in the market, okay, I'm buying this one just so he doesn't get swiped out from under me. So he's there right now. If we have to resell him, even if we eat a little bit of a loss, fine. But I didn't want to lose him. I didn't want to come back. Excuse me, got the hiccups there. Didn't want to come back after we go through all these second basemen and then realize, oh, he's not available. Bert Niehoff. Okay. Super speedy. Love the gap power. Great defense. Okay. Bert Niehoff is a consideration. Could be welcoming him to the squad. Del Pratt looks pretty nice. Okay, so far these second basemen are blowing away the catchers. Of course, though, I mean, that's not terribly surprising. Catchers generally a light position just overall. I mean, it's lightly represented in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's not surprising. Let's just say that. This is not too shocking, but we are hitting some gold here off the top at some of these guys. And then I see another Negro League star, Sol White, who I am slightly familiar with, who we'll get to in a moment. Don Money. Love all that green there. Solid little hitter. Not jumping above any of the guys that we've already discussed, though. And then here's Sol White. Oh, man, I'm such a sucker for this speed and defense. Got to consider him. Gonna put him on the list. Is he better than Kennedy? I don't know. But there are 3 of him I see just on this page alone. So we don't have to jump right now. And there's 2 that are priced very similarly. If both got bought, we'd get murked and have to buy the 8,000 one. But I think we'll be fine. Like I said, it's also the middle of the night, so maybe the market isn't as active. We don't have to worry about getting swiped. Scooter Gennett, all-star from the Reds. Man, remember when he busted out for them? The Brewers kind of gave up on him, and I don't really blame them. It really wasn't working, but he went over to the Reds and just took off. He had that 4-homer game. He was a monster. I see he's a little underpriced right now relative to where he's been going. So I don't know if there was a flood of him in the market, because you see, excuse me, his last 10 over 9,500. This one's 8 G's. This one is just over 8. Interesting. We'll see. Maybe he's our guy. I don't know. Another card type I really like are the future legends. Now, we're not going to have access to too many of those doing an all silver team because most of them are, of course, diamonds and then a lot of golds, but that's okay. I do think at some point this year we're going to do like a golden gods team where it's all golds, and then we'll have more access to that card type. But if we happen to run into any, and the reason I thought of that was because when I saw the name Newt Allen, it reminded me of Nick Allen, who is a future legend silver. And I'll keep an eye out for him because he could be part of the team for sure at some point. So Bobby Avila here, solid. But the thing of it is, his hitting kind of matches some of the guys we've already looked at, and their speed and defense was way better. So no shot. Speaking of Newt Allen, let's take a look at him. Love it. I like this player type a lot. This is a top or bottom of the order type of guy. Just slapping the ball all over the place and using that speed to your advantage. More soul whites, by the way, so it will not be too difficult to pick up a soul white. Juan Samuel. Very speedy. Not a great defender. I thought he was more of like a util type guy, but I guess not. Maybe not in 1987. Maybe he was a util guy later in his career. Pete Kilduff. Okay. I'm all for the gap power slapster, but 5 power is a little lighter than I'm even looking for. Devin Travis. I remember when the Tigers traded Devin Travis, I believe, for Anthony Ghost in a straight up 1-for-1 kind of challenge trade, and neither team really won that. It looked like they'd made an egregious error initially, because I think that very first year Travis was pretty good. I think it's the year in question here. He had a 62 game sample in 2015 that was pretty solid. This is the 2016 season, which was a full year. That was, I guess it was only 101 games, but it was his fullest year as a major leaguer, and it was pretty good. 785 OPS, 300 average, 332 OBP, 454 slug, 11 homers. But yeah, that trade ended up being kind of a bust for both. Anthony Ghost never really did anything for the Tigers, and then he tried to pitch, and he couldn't get out of the minors doing that. He had a really live arm, though. I think he was even throwing like 95. I want to say Houston and maybe Cleveland, or was it Texas? Hang on, let me just look. Okay, it was Texas. Texas and Cleveland took a shot on him in the minors, but again, nothing really came of it. Anyway, that was a unnecessary tangent. Let's keep looking here. Martin Prado, I know his defense just isn't going to be there. That offense is pretty clean, though. The defense, oh, wait, that's his first base defense. If I'm going to put somebody at first base, they got to have a hell of a lot better offense. Like, I like this, especially against lefties. Again, this is a player type I'm cool with, but no, it doesn't really have a fit on this squad. Why is he so expensive, by the way? I don't see him related to any missions. Is it just because he's good, or is he rare? I mean, he's pretty good, but I feel like we've seen better guys. He's not fast. His defense is not good. Why is he so expensive? Maybe I'm just underrating the offense. I don't know. Bingo DeMoss was somebody that I used in silver tournaments so much last year, and he was so great for me. I just really loved having him on the squad. I don't know that he's going to make it for us, though, because I think he's going to be a worse fit than Soul White. In addition to the fact that we already picked up the Kennedy. So, Bingo, great name. Bingo DeMoss, what a cool name, but I just don't think he's going to make it for us. Tadahito Iguchi, no dice. And then Jorge Cantu, I remember his power. I remember when he broke out, hit like 30-something homers out of nowhere. Never much for taking walks, but didn't strike out a lot. Made a lot of contact, which is a rare profile. A lot of times, guys with big power like that, they tend to strike out a bit. But when you can mix the power that he had, the breakout was 28 homers, and he was 23-year-old for the Devil Rays at the time, and he just kind of came out of nowhere. He had a 50-game sample the year before that was pretty good, but I don't remember for sure, so I don't want to overstate this, but I don't believe he was getting like major prospect hype. Maybe he was getting a little bit, but to pop 28 homers in 2005, his second season, that was really surprising. And, he stuck around for a while after that, and he had fits and starts of success. In fact, he moved to the other Florida team. Okay, so after 2 years, 2006, 2007, where he couldn't live up to the big 2005 season, he goes to Florida. Again, they were Florida at the time. Pops another 29 homers, 95 ribbies, then 16 homers, but 100 ribbies, and then 11 in 56, and then he goes to San Diego and fizzles out. He was out of the league before age 30. So, he burned brightly there for a little bit, but I'll always remember him because my dad drafted him that year in fantasy and got that big season kind of out of nowhere because he didn't expect it either. Harry Williams, that defense is very clean. The hitting is leaving a lot to be desired. Again, I would favor Bingo DeMoss over him, and of course Sol White over both. So probably not. Eric Young going to be speedy. We know that. And then Jamil Weeks. Jamil or Jamile? I don't remember how to pronounce it. I apologize, Mr. Weeks. Loved Ricky too. I really thought Jamil was going to be awesome, and he never really got over the hump. Decent profile, like I said here, as far as a player type that I kind of like a little bit, but the power's just not there. Not going to take any walks. Defense a little underwhelming, so that's a pass. Heine Mueller, or is it Miller? Bill Miller spells his name like this, and he pronounces it Miller. So I don't know if this is Mueller or Miller. Switch hitter, I do like that. Same with Weeks, but just not enough offense. And that's going to be it. Let's go to Sol White here and find all of them, so we can get the cheapest one. And that's going to be $54.45. We'll scoop that. Under price. Let's go. So we got White and Kennedy. And Kennedy is going to be our starter for sure. And I think White is somebody that, probably make the team on the bench. We'll see here. We'll see how it goes. But he is on the squad. And B-Craw is going to have to hit the bricks. All right. Sorry, it's just how... Wait, actually, no. That's not necessarily true. Hang on. We can get rid of some of these bronzes. Put them on the bench. And then... Oh, I just moved Crawford down. I can't do that. Wait a minute. Did they deactivate? Oh, you know what? Hang on, y'all. Son of a gun. I wish it wasn't like that. Did they send down guys that I had called up? Did they completely change everything? Oh, this is... Okay, I'm an idiot. I thought they sent down Joe Carter. I was like, I didn't tell them to do that. Why would they... Actually, they did. Why did that just randomly happen? They brought Fanmill back up. What the heck? Oh, I know what happened. I had to restart because I tried to alter the screen size and it just went blank, and so I had to restart the game. That's what happened. I didn't. Oh my goodness, that's super annoying. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh well. But we can worry about that later because honestly, again, we're not worried about the team right now. I'll figure it out offline. Let's get back to what we need to get right now so we can wrap up this vid and get you guys seeing this. Hopefully you guys are seeing this in a timely manner. I would think Tuesday morning would be the time that I'm able to get this edited and posted, especially now that I had to do the restart there. I'll have to stitch those two vids together, which should not be too difficult. I'm not much of a video editor, but I'll be able to figure it out. Anyway, let's go to the outfield. Can you do all outfield? Now you got to go right field. I guess we'll go directly right field, but we'll probably look at all three outfield spots. Now, I won't go to every single player. I'm going to be a little bit more selective here, or else it'll take forever to go through every single outfielder. But I'm seeing this Alex Rios. And I mentioned earlier how much I like MLB The Show. And Alex Rios a few years ago had a flashback card from his time with the White Sox. And it had really cool card art. It was him in in the White Sox uniform, and it was the red uniform that they have, and it looked so dope. And I absolutely dominated with that card. And there's just something, again, if you play MLB The Show, you know this. When you dominate with a card that that has awesome card art that you really like, it just makes the experience so much better. I can't explain it if you don't play it. I just sound like a dweeb. I understand, but it is so awesome. So let me see if I can find that. I want to show you guys that card art. If I can't find it right now, I'll show you another time because I'm buying him. I saw his price. He's 10K. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He's going to be on the squad. It's set. It's done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I can't find the card right now. I'll show it to you guys eventually. Don't worry. So let's see. Can we find one under 10K? Doesn't matter if we can't because I'm buying it. 10K on the button. Gimme. Welcome to the squad, baby. Love Alex Rios. Now we'll take a look at some others just to see. Because, again, I don't think Pham and Kane are necessarily going to be on our team in the future. So let's just see if there's anybody else that jumps out. I just saw something. There's another future legend, Tyler Freeman. So let's just see all the ones that are at our disposal here among the hitters. Because there's more than just the Nick Allen that I was talking about. So Tyler Freeman is very interesting to me because he doesn't strike out. He's got that good gap power. The defense does leave a lot to be desired, but I'm not averse to putting him on the squad. I see Jazz here, also 10K. Now, someone's trying to overcharge there. And this is another real life versus OOTP disconnect. I love Jazz. It's so fun rooting for him. He's awesome. Recently just got hurt. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it did look pretty severe. But this avoid Ks is so terrible. Now, I'm not going to dismiss everybody that has a K issue. If you do everything else well, you could be on the squad. And he does, so he could be an exception. But I'm not paying damn near double the last 10 price for him. So somebody else is going to have to come through with a Jazz Chisholm, and maybe we'll get him down the line. I'll keep an eye out for him to see when we can find a better price, but I'm not paying this overpay here. Brenton Doyle, I used him in a tournament, and he was insane. I don't know anything about him in real life, but he just killed. I love the future legends. I pick them in the tournaments all the time, almost by default. I'm just like, oh, you're on the squad, because they almost all play up normally. Jaron Duran, this is interesting. I wonder if they meant to put 6,500 and they put this low price here. And then the thing of it is like, I kind of want to try to get in on this and get them at a discount, but somebody's just going to end up buying them as this winds down. That said, I'll put in a bid. I'll put it at 55.55 just to see. Again, I think somebody will end up paying the full freight there, as they probably should. He just got called up recently, so this is a pretty fun looking card. I like that he has a little infield action too. I didn't know he had second base, so maybe we'll see. And then Yasel Antuna, I'm unfamiliar with him. What's he got? What's his story? Well, he's a brutal defender, so he's not making the team. Sorry. And then let's see what pitchers are available among future legends. I saw Cole Henry, and it looks like that's it. Maybe there's others, but he's the only one available in the market. Love the stuff and control. The movement's a little rough, but that's passable. I'm not completely out on that. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna buy him, and he'll be a consideration for the squad. So we'll just put that off to the side. Like, we're not looking at pitchers right now. I just wanted to see though. And let's take a look at a few other positions. Oh no, I want to keep looking at a few right fielders. We bought that Rios so quickly that I didn't get to look at anybody else. Now I'm going to kind of pick and choose here a little bit. Some names that stand out for me. Again, or else this will turn into like a 5-hour video if I just look at every single person. Now I might look at some offline, but I don't need to go through the entire inventory with y'all because you guys might not want to see all that. Nick Swisher, switch hitter. I like a lot of what he offers. That speed is brutal, though. Tim Salmon, Fish Boy before they had the other Fish Boy. What is it with fish named players that the Angels just really love? He's pretty good. He's pretty darn good. I could see him making the squad at some point. But it won't be right now. Sorry, Tim. Ooh, Trey Mancini from 2 years ago when he was really crushing as a first baseman. Okay, someone to keep an eye on. Eddie Murphy. Wait, what? It'd be hilarious if we got him. Get it? Because he was a comedian. Stupid. Wait a minute. His last 10, he's gone 776. And this person's trying to get 5 Gs. Thereabouts, I'm rounding. What's the disconnect there? That's really... He doesn't have a mission. I mean... I don't want to pay this price, of course, because it's way over. I also am looking at this and vomiting. I love the speed. The hitting profile is okay, especially the plate skills, I and avoid Ks, but someone's just trying to get over on us. Harold Baines, Hall of Famer. You know, it's not his fault that he got put in via the Veterans Committee. So while I would not put him, I don't think he's like a premier Hall of Famer. I don't like to crap on a guy when they're already in, you know. I'm a Tigers fan, but I don't think I would have put Jack Morris in. But once they're in, who am I to rain on their parade and constantly berate the fact that they're in? Like, it doesn't hurt me in any way. So, again, probably wouldn't have voted Baines in. But now that he is, let's celebrate him. Let's enjoy the fact that Baines was a great hitter. He's probably a Hall of Very Good as opposed to a Hall of Fame. But there's no sense in being angry there. He didn't take my spot, you know. I was like, who cares? Hard-hitting Mark Whitten, Mr. 4 homers. He hit the 4 homers when I was a kid, and I always remembered him. Never forgot about Mark Whitten due to that. I mean, that's a very memorable thing. So you hit 4 homers, that's going to stick with somebody. Claudell Washington going to have that speed for sure. See who else is available at right field. Andre Ethier. I have an Andre Ethier jersey. I really liked Andre Ethier. I don't know. I mean, I had to get an Andre Ethier jersey for some reason. I have a Kasuke Fukudome, aka Fuck You Do Me. I have a jersey of his, a t-shirt jersey. One of my friends, I don't know if she coined the phrase jersey, but she's where I learned it from, and I'm like, that's such a good phrase. I love that. Now, Ike Boone is one of my tournament auto picks. So I'm willing to pay the premium here a little bit to have him. He could take over as our DH at some point, maybe to start next week. I love what he does as a hitter. I'm going to put in a bid. We can't buy him outright, as you can see here. It's not available. There's no other Ike Boones. I'm going to put in a pretty decent bid here, even though it's over. It's going to be well over this last 10 here. This is where we're going to flex our bankroll a little bit and be a little not frugal is the opposite word of what I'm looking for. What am I looking for? Not careless. There's a word, frivolous. Is it frivolous the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's that. But anyway, I'm gonna be spending. I'm gonna put in and I'm gonna put 25. I'm pushing basically 2.5x what he's normally going. 902 is the high, 15 hours, so I'll see sometime tomorrow. I'm putting in a fat bid. And we'll see if we need to. Actually, you know what? I'm going to push it even higher. I'm bidding against myself. I'm going to put it at 3 Gs. Again, that's insane. We should not pay that much. But we have the bankroll. We still have more cards that we're going to sell to further the bankroll. So I'm going to get a little wild with it. Joel Youngblood has one of the coolest things, like bits of trivia to his name that I don't think will ever be matched. Played 2 games for 2 different teams on the same day. Was traded, I think, from the Mets to the Expos, or vice versa, but those are the 2 teams. I'm fairly certain of that. Yes, played for the Mets and the Expos, same day, 1982. Let me find the date for you, because this is so cool. It's such a cool thing. August 4th, gets traded. Goes 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies and a strikeout for the Mets at the Cubs. So it's it was a day game at Wrigley. This is what facilitated it. And then gets traded to the Expos, who were playing in Philly. Bounces over there. Doesn't get there at the very beginning of the game, but gets in the middle of the game. Plays from the 6th inning on and goes 1 for 1. That's so sick. That's so freaking cool. And that alone makes me want to cop one. So let's see what his price is at. Both of them at 3Gs. A little bit higher than he's been going. I told the anecdote. I got to get him now, right? You guys are all screaming, no, you don't. No, there's nothing that says you have to. Paul, you don't have. No, sorry, I already did it. I did it. All right, so that's probably that at right field. I'm going to take a look just to see if there's anybody else. Oh, wait, I think that was basically the end of the silvers. Wasn't it? Right field. Let's see here. Page 3. And there's Billy Maloney, Lee May, Hub Northern. What a name. Darnell Coles, I remember him as a kid. Honestly, I misremembered his player type. I thought he was kind of a light bat speedster, but this is a pretty solid bat, and he's not that fast. Okay, that's going to be it at right field. Let's go to center. Just take a look. We're letting Kane ride out right now, although I'm looking at this Marte right now, and it's already appealing to me. Why is he so bad defensively? Was he not good? I always thought he had a good defensive reputation, although reputation doesn't mean that you are good. So I'm sure OTP is using the numbers to determine that it's not great, Bob. He can learn left field, though. So I might be interested in copping him. Dwight Smith, I believe, right? The Dwight Smith Dwight Smith Jr. has to be his son, yeah? Yeah, cool. There's a little tidbit that was obvious because they have the same name. I'm going to cop one of these Martes here. Guys, I'm getting frivolous with the spending. But it's all right. It's all right. We're going to be fine here. We're not balling on a budget. We're just doing all silvers. We're not confining ourselves to spending X number of points. I'll do another challenge like that at some point. I did a $10 team last year where I only put $10 worth of points in, had to work off of that. That's not what this is, though. This is spend your money. That Dexter Fowler's pretty clean. Brutal defender, though. Nate McLouth, he was solid. He was a solid player. He was a good fantasy player, too, because of his speed. Really made him, he could pop a few homers, like a double-digit home run total, but then a ton of steals. George Thomas, I only know him from a tournament that I had him. I don't remember how well he did either. I just remember drafting him and the old Tigers logo. Johnny Grubb looking kind of grubby. Coco Crisp, switch hitter, extraordinaire. Brutal defender, though. Rag arm. Complete rag arm. There's the Jaron Duran that we're trying to cop on the cheap, but I still think somebody's just going to outright him. I get it, though. And if they want to do that, that's fine. I actually showed a little restraint there by not just buying him outright. Ooh, Jim Eisenreich. He can hit a little bit, but we don't really need him. Anybody else? Snapshot of Albert Almora. I was going to say, I know the defense is going to be clean, but that's really it. Desmond Jennings. I still think that the Rays kind of broke him a little bit because they took so long to bring him up. They slow roasted him. He didn't debut. Well, he debuted at 23, but he didn't fully get his opportunity until 25, and I think it took too long. I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't going to be that good. Maybe it's one of those things like, if he'd have been ready, they'd have brought him up. But I still think he should have been up sooner. What happened in 2011? He was good for 63 games. But yeah, he was. That's what it was. It was 2011. They didn't call him up till July 23rd. This is Desmond Jennings I'm talking about here. And he had been tearing the cover off the ball in the minors. It was so annoying. And I just was like, why is he not up? And I'm not here to denigrate others, but Sam Fold was out there playing, and he was a 91 OPS plus. So he's below league average. He's a fun story, really smart guy, solid defender, but this was your premier prospect. Now, I will say, Fold got off to a good start. He had, 289, 358, 433 was his April, so 791 OPS. That's pretty solid. But then he was down to 624 by the end of May and 658 at the end of June. Like, what the hell took so long to get Desmond Jennings up? So, I don't know. I think they might have ruined him a little bit by slow roasting him. Maybe he just wasn't ever going to be that great, though. I feel like the guys running the team, they know better than me, but that was one I always felt like, they kind of missed the boat there. Eric Burns. I'm one of the ones who actually likes Eric Burns on MLB. Now, I have not watched a ton of MLB Network this year, so I haven't really seen him. But I like him. He's out there. He's a little intense. I get that. But I like his style, and he's a stats analytics guy, so I respect that. All right, let's go to left field real quick, and then we'll wrap up here. Willie Horton. Willie Horton. As a Tigers fan, I feel like I have to cop Willie Horton, don't I? Man, I kind of want to do that. Ivan Calderon, I remember him from the White Sox. He's a damn fine hitter. Got some speed, too. That's intriguing. Apparently got a rag arm, though. George Shuba, I know him strictly from OOTP and strictly from him being a quality silver in the past. Decent-looking card. Bernard Gilkey, Steve Kemp, another Tiger. I mean, he's not a Tiger here, but he was a Tiger. Pretty interesting. I'm probably going to cop one of these Willie Hortons, at least for the future. Pop Foster. Pop Foster, again, I mean, he's living up to his name here with the big power, at least. Can't shade him for that. Lloyd McClendon. Scott Van Slyke, Andy Van Slyke's child. I don't know why I said child like that. It was very weird. I said child. Chris Coughlin. He burned brightly but quickly. Got that Rookie of the Year with the Marlins. Knocked around a little bit more, but never really matched that. David DeJesus, great defender, high contact type of guy. I like that player type, as I've mentioned. Oh, Rondell White. Oh, man. I'm copping this Rondell White, as long as he's not too expensive relative. 41, 47, okay. I used to play this game before OTP called Front Page Sports. It was a simulator. We had an online league. Really good league. Really well run by this guy. A lot of active players. And it was awesome. Rondell White was a sim god in this. And he would always develop into just a complete stud. And he was like traded around the league multiple times because he was so valuable. And I know you're probably thinking, well, why was he traded if he was so good? Because what you could get for him would like turn your team around. But he was so incredible. I loved Rondell White because of that game. Just wish he could have stayed healthy in real life, man. There's like a rerun out there of like an alternate timeline where he just stays healthy and maybe becomes damn near a Hall of Famer. I'm not even kidding. I think that's the kind of talent that Rondell White had, that if you could have miraculously turned off injuries, just given him a different, more durable body, he maybe doesn't make the Hall of Fame. That's, it's lofty to say that. That's like the top 1%, but would have had a damn fine career. He had a damn fine career as is, by the way. 284, 336, 462 for 5,800 plate appearances. That's a damn fine career. 198 homers, 94 steals. So I don't want to shade what he did do, but there was even more gas in that tank, but his body just never held up. I'm copping this off rip. I don't care that it's a little flawed for a few things that I would want. Defense isn't great. Speed isn't great. I see future DH in the midst. We're copping that Rondell White. Okay, this is where we're going to cap this video here. We got our hitting put together. Because I had to do that restart, we got some things that are a little disjointed with the computer resetting some things, but that's okay. I'll get it all figured out. And for the pitcher video, you'll get a full look at the offense. So this is video 1 of the Silver team. Again, this first week here is going to be kind of laying the groundwork, getting everything situated. If you have Silver suggestions that you love, guys, that you really think I should take a look at, definitely let me know. I obviously can't just get everybody that everybody suggests, but I'm very interested in hearing the players that you really like in the Silver realm. And I can't wait to really get this started and really push forward next week with a clean slate. But maybe we can rally. We're 7 under. I'm going to put together the best team that we can right now for Tuesday morning so we can at least have a good May and beyond. And maybe maybe we can miraculously come back the very first season. But if not, that's okay. We've really got our eye on 2038 anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to getting deeper into this series. Take care.